In A Summer of Love, I did something I've never done in a book before. I actually experienced a little taste of what my hero does. Usually I'll go on courses and things to try and be like my heroine and know what she's going through. But in A Summer of Love, I had a hero who's an explorer, which is quite a difficult thing to research, particularly if you're naturally a stay-at-home person like I am. But I did think, no, I have to go for this. And so I booked myself on a Ray Mears survival course. Well, I can't tell you how terrified I was, how far out of my comfort zone I was going to put myself. I don't even do camping, let alone survival. But I thought, no, this is, must suffer for my art. And so I booked myself on a course. And it was quite funny because you meet at a station. So the destination where you're ultimately going is a little bit mysterious. And all these people kept driving up, and it ended up there were about 3 women and about 20 men. And I just thought, oh, this is too scary. All these men, they're wearing combat clothes, they're all going to be, peculiar, they're all going to be wanting to snare rabbits and all that stuff. But in fact, I had one of the best times I have ever had in my life. In spite of the fact that on the first night I got up to have a pee and I lost my tent. Fortunately, we'd all gone to bed quite early, and the lovely young men who were running the course hadn't gone to bed yet, and they found my tent for me, the little pathetic festival pop-up tent in amongst all these amazingly professional looking, proper tents, and there was my little green tent. But it became my little refuge, and I loved my little tent and my actually extremely expensive sleeping bag. And my top tip for camping: have an extremely expensive sleeping bag and nothing else matters. But it was April and it was really quite chilly, and I actually went to bed in all my clothes. But what was so good about it was that everyone was so friendly and so helpful. And I did sort of learn how to light a fire without matches, and we learnt quite a lot about campfire cooking and what you can eat and what you can't eat. But the camaraderie was absolutely fantastic. And I did help to make a shelter. And somewhere, probably if you subscribe to a special channel, you can see pictures of me outside a shelter. But I tell you what, it is not a sight for the faint-hearted, because I just look like a bag woman, worse than a bag woman. But the shelter, however, is very excellent. And it was huge fun, the whole thing. And I did feel I'd sort of got inside my hero's skin just a little bit.